and then we usually do a little after show.
That'll be like the fadeaway into the.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
More music.
Yes.
You are listening to the LAArtist Aftershow, where we chat with the artist about anything and everything. Most of which we probably forgot to mention during the podcast. So all of this is bonus content just for you. Yeah, so what do you think of the podcast or the
idea of?
Yeah, I think it's super fun and easy to be a part of. I think a lot of people are going to have a good time.
Was it nerve-wracking?
No, I mean, but that's because I know you guys.
But what if you didn't know us? Would you be nervous about the show?
Complicated? Were the
you're gonna have to like fill out this this review form. You'll get like a $5 gift certificate at the end if you email it.
No, I think there was a good combination of like general and specific questions, and I think we covered like a lot of very good topics for someone who wants to be an artist or wants to get into art in LA specifically. I think we did a good job mentioning some shows that are accessible and yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Anything we left out?
Yeah. Well, obviously we can't cover your entire life story.
No, but I mean, still anything.
Yeah. Did we leave anything out? Look, because again, the questionnaire stuff was a lot of it was more outliney.
Yeah.
Because I know, I had a question. It's like we all have highs and lows, and how can we overcome it? Which again, we kind of just covered as far as like now you feel comfortable doing your job, so you have a little bit of break, and then but you do want to come back, stuff like that. But I don't know.
But I mean, what sucks about that is my overcoming it was like I got a lucky break.
Yeah.
I was in the right place with the right time with the right amount of work behind me.
I mean, that happens.
It happens. Yeah, because it is one of those things where like it was a lucky break, but at the same time you were able to put yourself into that lucky.
Yeah,
into that lucky situation.
I had been working because like the whole reason I got this job at Beer Lab was because I was commissioned by the Long Beach Post to do 2 the coloring pages for the newspaper. And I actually hadn't responded to them at all at first because I thought they reached out to a lot of people because it was like, oh, someone that's like doing something good in the pandemic. And they actually reached out to me a second time and they're like, do you want this like $200 or not? And I was like, yeah, I do. I didn't. I thought this went to everybody. I didn't know you were looking at me. Oh my God. And Beer Lab was doing cool stuff. And so I was like, are you okay if I draw you? And they're like, yeah, do you want to make some labels? And I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. That's always cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I was in a pretty dark place at that point. And so I don't know how I overcame it. I just kept pushing through and being like, I hope it'll get better.
That is how you overcome most of the things. You just push through. Like you should just do it.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Yeah. Cause we had a similar experience with just Smog City, like how we got to hang out with them and know them and work with them. And we just, like I knew someone who worked there, or Ryan Evans, who's currently in Portland area, I believe. And so I knew him, so I would always go have beer and chat with him, and then my brother would join me, and then obviously we would draw and paint, and because again we have to do that everywhere we go.
Yeah. So I would get my small canvases, finish them there. Put them on their barrels, take a picture, tag Smog City, and say that I was gonna be, this is one of the newer ones or whatever, and I was gonna be somewhere. And that's when I get a message on Instagram. I think on Instagram or an email, one of the two. It's like, hey, we're having an anniversary, and we would like to commission you for some art.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Can we chat?
Yeah.
So I was like,
yes.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
You're the owner.
You're not like the social media manager.
Yeah, you're not just. This is a Smog City.
We're right to the top here.
Yeah. Because and even before then, I met Lori and Porter. I think like the year before you did that, because it was like I remember it was 2015 because it was Back to the Future year, and they were getting ready for what was it, October 20 something, when the Back to the Future that specific year was coming up.
Yeah.
And they were chatting about like they're gonna do a Back to the Future event and stuff like that, and they were looking for someone who had a DeLorean, because again, because they were gonna play the movies, people were gonna dress up, so it'd be cool to have a DeLorean on their parking lot, and they were having trouble because again, most of the people who had DeLoreans were already booked.
Oh,
because there was gonna be a lot of events happening
sense.
at the exact same time. And I told Evan, I was like, I know a guy. give me 10 minutes. And then I texted a friend of mine who has a DeLorean, and he was gonna go to another show like that night.
Yeah.
But I told him like, can you come here for like 2 hours?
Do me a solid.
just do me a solid. Come here for. And again, I've known Doug for years before that and worked with him in the past, so he knew I was good for it. And again, and then I told him like, I got you DeLorean. and then like, so he showed up. It was only for a couple hours, but they were very grateful. They gave Doug a bunch of beer. Like, here, have a bunch of beer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for showing up. And I got to meet them briefly there. And got to talk to them. But again, it was one of those like, cool, I got to talk to the owner, but I'm sure the owner like talked to me because I did that. And then as soon as they walked away, I was just another patron.
Yeah.
And then, but we would always do that. We would always post. We would always do art. Like I would take my little typewriter and
playing the long game. Yeah.
It was literally that. It was I was a regular. Like I knew all the bartenders or beer tenders, and then when they reached out to you, and then they were like, oh, you're his brother? Like, you guys are together?
It's all connected.
It's all connected. And then we got to work with them and whatnot. Again, more of a contractor side for the most part. Because again, like to be honest, I don't really want to work at Smog City. I want to work with Smog City.
Yeah.
Just because we're comfortable doing the art side. But again, we were at the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, with enough work beforehand.
You
laid the groundwork, and
And so it's not necessarily a lucky break. It's just.
I mean, sometimes it is.
For me,
it
was just like, would you like this? And I was like, yes. Yes, I would.
Yeah, but I mean, but again, I'm sure they did their homework. Or like, okay, before we did that, like
they looked at my Instagram briefly.
Well,
I was like, you're an artist.
Yeah.
I mean, they took the time to. I mean, they were looking at everybody else and like, hey, we like this person's art.
Well,
or they just randomly like, hey,
like let's start with
they Googled artist.
Alex.
They Googled artist. It's like Alex.
Well, I only got the coloring pages because I'm on the Long Beach Art Registry, and then I only got the labels because I reached out to them of like, can I draw you? And then they just looked at my artist page and was like, we are making beer at like a level we have not made previously. We need another artist. They had a designer at the time, Bernice, who like to take her time on labels, which was fine normally, but they were like putting out production. They're like, we just need to bring someone in.
Becomes more commercial.
And I just popped up out of nowhere, and they're like, you get in here.
Whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
Chosen.
Draw some rats.
Well, and then we ended up working like really good together, and it was excellent.
So they were lucky.
Oh.
Yeah. They were lucky.
It was perfect. It was kismet. Yeah.
Because they were like,
you want to kiss a mat?
No.
Yeah, they were lucky because they were like, oh, let's just get this random artist. Oh, she's actually really good. So they were the ones that were like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So because again, it is one of those things where all in due time.
Yeah.
Like whatever happens, but at the same time, it will happen.
Yeah, just enough time with enough effort. Yeah, because being on the registry, having a Instagram following. It wasn't just like 6 people and some shitty photos. Like I had really worked at it.
I like my 6 people. They're my favorite 6 people.
Nothing wrong with 6 people, but the
photos,
the social emphasis of that, when someone looks at it, it doesn't seem quite as impactful.
Yeah. Which is true. And again, that doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
It's can I do it? Like you said, just do it.
Yep. And just keep doing it and don't think about it too much.
Because if you don't have anything out there, how are they going to find you?
Mm-hmm. And when you reach out to people, what are they going to look at? They're just supposed to trust you?
Yeah.
Nobody
trusts anybody.
No, not these days.
I don't even trust myself. What are you writing down?
Just show notes. Actually, this is the after show. So
by the way, welcome to the after show.
Yeah, welcome to we're starting late. Welcome to the after show.
Oh wait, we're done. Oh, thank you for stopping by the after show.
Yeah, no, I'm just doing a couple show notes so I can. So when the listeners see the post, they can also read the description, and the description will have like a small 3-paragraph synopsis of the episode, and makes it more engaging, and also Google Analytics and Google searches will search for text better.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's in the description, something that they're looking for is like, okay, cool, it's there, so it's obviously in the audio.
What's your opinion on AI art?
Actually, I have a controversial opinion.
Welcome to the after show.
Okay, that's gonna be the topic for the next the next podcast, because that's a whole
that would be
episode.
That would be again, you don't really have to say right now. Well, you can if you want, but like I would love to have that as a topic.
Yeah.
For a show where it's multiple artists.
Yeah.
Just because, again, everyone has different opinions. Everyone has,
I mean, you brought your own knives, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
I'll cut you if you contradict me.
Yeah. Well, fine. I'll save it.
Yeah.
Invite me back.
Yeah. So we'll cut it there because we do want to know. But yeah. Thank you for checking out the after show. Again, remember to follow,
comment, subscribe.
Let us know what you think. Give us questions that you want us to ask the audience.
What do you want to know from the audience? What do you guys want to know from the audience?
Now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interactive. It's AI. It's like I tell you to tell me to tell you what to tell me.
Ask questions to your fellow audience members.
Yeah, to your own fellow audience members. But yeah, so all the links will be in the description. This is the LAArtist Podcast. I don't remember where do we get that? When we were going to
San Francisco with our group.
Yeah, you weren't able to join us. Yeah, we had I made the group chat. I think it was just LAArtist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I kept saying LAArtist. Yeah, because I didn't leave a space. It was just LAARTS.
Who needs a space?
And we like on the way that way we were talking about that. We wanted to call ourselves that.
The LAArtist.
Yeah, podcast. Whenever, because we were thinking about going out of state as well, like going to like shows in Texas or Arizona or whatever. And just having like our just all of us together and just be like the LAArtists. Yeah. Not Louisiana artist. LA, Los Angeles artist.
Yes, different.
Los Angeles.
Different artists.
But yeah, so thank you for joining us, and again, links in the descriptions, doobly-doos and whatnots and bumpers and what.
Bye.
Well, why do you hate AI?
What, is it off? Is it separate now?
You have been listening to the LAArtist Podcast. Feel free to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss the latest episode. You can see bonus content on our Instagram at Lorano Gallery, as well as our website, loranogallery.com/podcast. Stay creative, keep creating, and no matter what, be passionate about your art.